helping you to weather good and bad economies without putting retirement on hold. This is the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumolo. Ken and his son Nick know that creating a comprehensive financial plan can align your hard-earned life savings with your retirement goals. Consider them your retirement architects. Now, the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumolo.
As we count down the days and the weeks that are left until baby Tumolo arrives, we are now, I think, about 7 or 8 weeks from official due date, from official delivery date.
9.5.
Okay.
So it's getting real. We just had the baby shower last weekend.
Very exciting.
So everything was in the room, and Alyssa's like, I need to organize right after the baby shower.
Again. That's right. I love it.
And then I finally, the kitchen will be done this weekend. Painting the walls, the cabinets are done, the floor is done, the trim's done. So
what about the nursery?
The nursery, all the painting's done in there,
okay,
other
good.
than I got to do the closet. We got to get that's one thing I got to fix, but
got it.
We got to clean that out too.
That's the thing about being a homeowner. Things. Yep. It's never done. The work is never done as a homeowner. And then children arrive, and then all the homeowner projects get put on the back burner because you have to, keep tiny humans alive, and priorities change. But of course, for folks that are working with you guys, coming to you guys looking for help, they have graduated beyond. They might hear you talking about all these new fun things and the excitement that is, but they've got their own levels of excitement because they are getting ready to finally leave the 9-to-5 behind. They want to do what they want to do for the first time in their life, calling their own shots in many cases. But the reality is, for many of us, retirement rarely goes exactly as we planned for it to or as we thought it might. Most retirees experience at least one major disruption. Maybe it's the loss of a spouse. Maybe there's a health issue or some kind of unexpected financial hit. When working with folks, how do you help with the plans that you build, the clients that you work with, plan for futures that don't necessarily follow a straight line, as life so rarely does?
Yeah, and that happens. And I'm going to say, a lot of retirements actually do go as planned.
Okay.
It's just we get some that don't.
Okay.
And, you made me think of something, especially when you started asking Nick about baby Tumolo coming.
Yeah.
And becoming a grandparent. Years ago, I had a couple that, they saved their whole life. And they didn't spend much money. They didn't have jobs that they made like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Okay.
But this couple, grandchild on the way. Mm-hmm. And 58 at the time, they're 58 and 59. And they had over $1 million saved. The idea was, hey, we're going to retire at 65. We're going to move out to Maine. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And they had a lot of plans. Mm-hmm. And they really didn't do anything their whole life other than raise their kids and go to work. And unfortunately, the husband at 59 years old got diagnosed with a disease, a life-threatening disease. Mm-hmm. And basically, they gave him 2 years. Wow. He passed away within a year.
Wow.
So got to see, the grandchild. But the big thing is working with his wife and talking to her. And it's one of those realities that you got to point out, not to put things on hold.
Yeah.
Her biggest regret was not doing things.
Got it.
She goes, we waited and we were going to do all these things in retirement, and then we didn't do it.
Okay.
She's starting to do the things, but it's not the same.
No.
And so those stories like that, those are the ones that happen. And we've got multiple stories like that. You never know in life. And a lot of times when Nick and I were building out the Tumolo Financial Retirement Checkup, which, by the way, we do complimentary for our listeners, mm-hmm. We're pointing out whether or not they can retire early. So some people will think, I'm going to retire at 67, but the numbers show 62. You don't know what that year is worth to you that you're giving to your employer.
What's the expression, time is the only real currency or true currency that any of us have in this life?
Yeah. So mm-hmm. Many of those stories. And like I said, we do a complimentary for listeners, 860-854-3434. Or go right to our website, tfcheckup.com. And I know Nick has a lot of those same stories of, getting people to retire that don't even think they can retire.
Yeah.
Even I just even think about the person I actually saw yesterday.
Yeah.
They're both married, no issues, no loss of spouse, health issues, anything like that yet. But she's more of like a realist. Oh, these things could happen. Mm-hmm. What should we do in case this does happen? If my husband passes away, I'm going to be in the single tax bracket. It's going to destroy me. So we kind of went through that with her. I kind of talked about the whole plan. I was like, we do build out a grim report in the background. At times when people want to look at it.
That's part of the job that you do, right? It's your job to be the pessimist so that we can live with more confidence and knowing that the worst case scenario has been factored in.
Exactly. That's why even on our projections, you'll see we run it only at a 4% return. And most likely you've done better than that, especially the last 10 plus years in the market.
Yeah.
So, and we know people do get a little more conservative and get into retirement, but yeah, for that couple, it was more of she knows if something happens, she's going to get slammed with taxes with their tax burden right now. They have a bunch of money in tax deferred IRAs, 401ks. So I was like, you know what? The good thing for you guys came in now. You're both 62. If you were 72, 74, I can do some tax planning and there's ways to still get some advantages. The earlier you come in, the bigger advantage it ends up growing to. I mean, my dad will tell you the same thing when we build it out. The more time you have, it just makes it so much better. That's why I was like, for her, I'm like, I'm glad you came in now. I mean, we could start planning the taxes. So if something does, God forbid, happen to one of you, now your taxes aren't as bad when you get to that point. If he or she passed away at 70, we've done some tax planning for 7 or 8 years. So that's kind of where we get with it.
Yeah. And the big thing we always point out too, and we see it almost every day. People that come in, they're working with advisors, and advisors are selling them on the idea of return. Okay.
What does that mean?
Yeah. And what I mean by return is, your account's going to do this. It's going to grow. Our portfolio is the best portfolio out there. You should invest in it. So they're basically meeting with people and telling them things like that. So they're telling them, you're going to make a lot of money in your accounts is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But in theory, heading into retirement, one of the biggest things is you got to know you're going to be okay. It really should be about the plan. And we stress it at workshops. Nick and I, we do educational workshops. 2 weeks ago, we were doing Yukon. And when we're out there doing a workshop, it's more about education. And we're up there talking about the planning. There's 4 main topics: taxes, Social Security,
estate planning, and when will I run out of money?
Yeah. And you bring those things up and you start to talk about it, and the questions start to come out too.
Sure.
And the light bulbs start to go on because no one talks about this stuff. And it's really when you start to build those things into the plan, because our tax code's a mess in retirement. And in retirement, you could affect the tax code the most for someone. You got to know those things. And I said, that's why we have people come in. That's why we do the complimentary checkup. Our number again, 860-854-3434. Website, tfcheckup.com to book an appointment. I know you just did it 2 weeks ago, the workshop.
Yeah. And the other thing too is, because I know you said that in the beginning, where telling people to go do things. I'm a big advocate to start doing things now, even if you're working too, because I've seen so many people come in here and they say, I haven't gone on a trip in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I just worked and grinded. And I'm like, you never know when it's going to happen. And I mean, we've unfortunately, the longer I've done this job, the longer I live, I see more just unfortunate horror stories or sudden deaths that you just don't expect. And I'd rather you go do things now.
Yep.
And if we can plan that while you're working, then so be it. And it's kind of that balance. It's that work-life balance. I might have said it on this show before. Like my wife, I mean, she went through it when she was 20 years ago. At 13 years old, her dad passed away. And it gave her a sense of kind of looking at the work-life balance when we first started, when we got married and everything. So I do the same thing with myself. We're saving. I'm a financial advisor. I should be. But no, we're saving, but we're still doing things too. I mean, I don't care about, and I know, Heather, we were talking about this in the beginning before we started the show. I don't care about getting a nice fancy car, a nice fancy house. I'd rather go do things with my wife. That makes the most memories out of things. That's why I tell everyone, what are your goals in retirement? That's like one of the first questions we ask you when you come in, because I want to hit as many goals as possible, whether it's to travel, whether it's to go hang out with the grandkids, whether it's get a second home and get away from the Connecticut taxes, going to Florida. There's different things for everyone. So that's where we want to kind of build out that Tumolo retirement checkup. Once again, our phone number is 860-854-3434, or your website at tfcheckup.com to get your complimentary Tumolo retirement checkup today.
I'll add one more quick thing. You said it, memories. Memories are worth so much. I mean, clients tell me, especially when they do something, it could be with their spouse, could be with their friend, it could be with the grandkids. And then years later, it's brought up again.
They're still talking about it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're still talking about it. They're like, remember when we did this? Mm-hmm. And that's part of retiring. It's enjoying it, having fun, doing those things. And, Nick, what I was trying to get at is in the workshop, he did this slide. It shows retirement dreams. Mm-hmm. But it's really getting people to think about doing the fun things in retirement, because you wake up every morning to go to work and you do it for 30 or 40 years. I'm lucky, Nick. I feel like you're probably lucky too. You like doing this, but there are people that are doing jobs that they don't quite love. And if we can get them, get them retired earlier, they win. And so just things like that we like to do. So again, like we said, complimentary. Give us a call, 860-854-3434, or visit us online at tfcheckup.com.
Investment advice offered through Tumolo Wealth Management, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Content contained herein should not be construed as an offer or solicitation for investment advice or for the purchase or sale of any security, insurance, or other investment product. Please consult with a qualified financial, tax, accounting, or legal professional before implementing any ideas or strategies discussed here.